Okay, so I've gotten a few layers on here of fiberglass, and I've marked where the bottom of the body line is going to be. You can see I went way over with my few layers, initial layers. I already removed the piece of metal I had backing it, so this is all just fiberglass support here. You can see it's a little bit soft there still. I was just getting rid of some extra fiberglass there. I'm going to have to fill in for the little lip there on the fender. I filled in this hole right here, so that's just got to be sanded down, and then that will be it'll get a finish coat of regular Bondo. This still needs many more layers, but I want to cut this first so that I can actually fold the layers over, and I'll probably do a layer or two behind too, just for strength to go a little bit further into the existing body and fiberglass. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to cut this. And Josh is over there doing some clearancing for our tires because we basically can't steer at all. Which is, you know, it's alright for a drag strip, which is probably where this thing belongs. But other than that, it'd be nice to steer.
It kind of would be, yeah.
Especially with no reverse.
Yeah.
So we won't worry about the hows and the whys. Yeah, just know that it's getting clearance.
Ignore this.
Ignore our front suspension. The wheels are just a little bit further back than we'd like, that's all.
Yeah, that's all we're going to say.
So things are being modified. But that's okay, that's good. That's what fabrication is about.
Yeah.
Alright, until next time. Josh didn't want you to see. It's okay, I got your back. Duct tape is still a little bit stuck.
So we have an issue to fix. There's a bit of a toe-in problem. It just kind of pushes. Yep.
Yeah.
When we pulled these arms forward last time, we may have affected the steering, I guess, alignment. So we'll have to fix that.
Who could have possibly predicted that, though?
Nobody.
I mean, it's not a huge problem. It's just like
It kind of
when you go straight, it goes straight. When you turn right, it goes straight. And when you turn left, it goes straight.
Right. I mean, that's kind of a problem.
Well, yeah, if you want to do something other than go straight.
That's true.
So we could maybe fix that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we'll probably have to do that. It works, though.
It fixes it, but I doubt that will.
Got quite the pigeon toe going on.
Yeah.
I mean, of fixing the alignment, will at least make it not look pigeon-toned. I don't know if it'll steer any better.
Yeah.
Because of the whole solid end thing.
Well, I don't know, because it's maybe not just that. Like when you turn, well, maybe it is the pigeon-toed part that does that.
Right. Because when you're turning left, you're only making that straight and then a little bit, you know, left or whatever direction.
Yeah, that's a problem. Okay. Is that shadow or is there overspray on the body?
That's shadow. So we got some exhaust clamps to make our exhaust clamp to the exhaust that's on this engine, of course.
Yeah.
Well, it should work. I mean, they're the right size, but they're not exactly the type of clamps that we were looking for. We couldn't find that. In order to find for the style of clamp we're looking for, we would have had to get a full-size exhaust, which isn't going to happen. So we'll make those work. The only other thing I'm going to do is make a hanger to support the back of the exhaust, since it's a pretty long tube without support. So I'm just going to do some quick, thin, flat iron pieces or whatever from this support straight down onto the side of this, one of these, or each of these exhaust pipes that'll support the back. So I've made the discovery, I guess I should have expected it, that these clamps won't exactly work, and the issue is the fact that the wall thickness of our exhaust pipe is slightly different than the wall thickness of the exhaust system that was on the original bike, so it's not going to work quite like I wanted. So I am going ahead and making some hangers for the back and then I'm just going to weld the tube that I made last time to the tube that's on the golf cart itself. Over here, our front end alignment has turned into a bit of a project.
Yes, it has.
That side over there is free and able to turn. This side, however, is completely seized in there, so we're going to, as you can see there, throw some
various specialty tools.
right, several pipe wrenches and whatnot, and then we're going to throw fire at it.
Yes. Well, first we're going to throw. Well, I guess this goes first.
Right.
Okay. That's the wrench we use. Alright, yep. Try the other way.
That is the right thing to use.
That's it.
Yep.
This portion. Okay, so that's one joint down. Everything's working. I'm talking to YouTube. This one's probably smoother than factory ever was. You can like just get it to spin by itself. Ridiculous amounts of anti-seize, so it won't get stuck again. And I'm covered in it, of course. So, on to the next one, which is probably going to also require heat.
Hell yeah!
Yay! You're a quitter. So, YouTube, this last tie rod end proved to be the most difficult, as usual. The last thing you touch is going to be the most stubborn. I was using this guy. After getting it red hot, I let it sit for a little while, penetrating fluid, and a 24-inch pipe wrench on the end of this guy. Felt like it was going to snap. I kind of just kept going. And now it's finally broken loose. I'm kind of surprised to see that the threads aren't completely fucked up. But we'll make it great again.
Try to.
Remember that time where I said it survived and didn't snap? Well, let's see if you can see in there. You can kind of see it. That is part of our tie rod end. Apparently the last, I don't know, can't be much. Actually, that one's longer. So it's got to be the very end of it. Decided to stay in there, which is going to be not so much fun to deal with.
All right, so my exhaust is half completely together. I made a bracket right there that goes up to there. And my band clamp, I attempted to weld the two tubes together, which didn't work, or wasn't going to work. It was going to end in complete failure. So I made a wide sheet metal clamp, and then put the band clamp that we have around that, and that's actually holding it like an exhaust system should. And so I just have.
Or might not leak.
Well, the rest of the exhaust system leaks a lot, so this is better than it was. And then, of course, that's how they're going to do the same thing.
But I don't know what you're talking about.
Also in the process of doing a dirty alignment.
Dirty.
Yep, dirty
What are you
alignment.
talking about dirty?
I call this a dirty alignment.
Well, okay, so listen.
Okay.
The tie rod end snapped in there. So I can only tighten, well also this is cross-threaded a little bit. Well, not
The
cross-threaded.
threads are fucked up.
The threads are fucked up, so it's mashing all the threads
Right.
on here. So yeah, it's kind of hard to tighten that any more than it already is. So I've got it as short as I can get it.
Right.
I'm going to align this wheel and then fine tune that wheel. Which
Right.
is, I mean, technically we'd lose a little bit of steering in one direction,
Right.
but honestly the thing's just going to push straight anyway, so what does it matter?
So like I said, we're doing a dirty alignment.
Yeah, I guess you could call it dirty. More than the other.
I would say they might be about even actually.
But you think they're maybe towed in a little bit too
I
much?
think they might be towed in here, but I think they're towed in
I
evenly.
can go out. I just have to. So the way this has to work is you have to kind of put that one where it needs to be, and then I can adjust this side.
Oh, so now that one needs to go way out. Because now that one looks like it's straight over on the left.
Right. So this one, I've shortened this one.
Yeah, that's the way it looks.
Okay.
Dirty alignment continues.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a lot. You're talking about a 1/4 inch here, so
Right.
it's.
As you can see, I've also mostly completed, well actually I did complete the exhaust as complete as it's going to be. And yeah, that's what those little dudes look like. It's probably about as most epic of a thing as you could do for this.
Eyeball mechanics.
Ooh, stop right there. Have you not turned it at all yet?
I turned it.
Oh, ooh, I like that.
No, it just got better on its own.
Hey, you never know. All right, right there. Don't do anything.
All right, I'll just lock it in place.
Yep. I mean, it looks like it's fine, so that's good enough.
Oh, I have the wrong size wrench.
Uh-oh. All right, it's time for me to make a bumper. So, the goal is to put it on there about in this position and chop it down so it's an inch longer on both sides to this rectangular piece right there, and then just do angled cuts like this to match the front. And then the only thing I have to do is figure out how to modify the brackets that came with it to work on this baby right here. Exhaust system is right here, of course, nice and sturdy for now.
Yeah, it doesn't shake itself to pieces.
Right. But I gotta take some measurements and chop stuff.
Those are mounted to the oversight job.
So I made quite the fuck up, and luckily Brad noticed it. But this swing arm swings in relation to this chassis, and the engine is attached to the swing arm, and the exhaust is now attached to this. So that would create some issues. So what I have to do now is unhook this crap from here, and then instead of hanging it down, I'm going to have to make it stand up this way. Yep.
Yeah.
And then back to the bumper. I said you're going to kill me.
Yeah, most likely. Okay, it's starting to look like something. We got the pink stuff up there. This is the Bondo hair. Oh, dust cloud.
There goes your Bondo.
And my eyes. Okay. Bondo hair down here. That's still drying, kind of. So what I'm going to have to do, if you look at this side, there's a bit of a flare there, which actually kind of works in my favor because it's a little bit thin down here still. Oh, get the camera in shot. A little bit thin down here still, so I'm going to build that up probably with the Bondo hair to make a flare there, and it'll wrap all the way around over to there. And the top is almost finished. It's a little bit thick on this layer. I'm gonna knock it down and then maybe do one more layer if I have to. Which I probably will, because I'll probably use like, what is that, like 3 grit on that air tool?
About that?
Yeah, so basically there's a bunch of rocks glued to that disc. I'll probably use that to knock this down. So I'm gonna, of course, end up having to do another layer. But that's where we're at with body work. Josh, did you tell him you fixed your exhaust?
I haven't yet.
The exhaust is fixed now. If I can get the camera down there. Can I get the camera down there?
Probably not.
Not really. So now they're mounted to the swing arm. So the suspension actually works.
Something like that.
Sweet. Ready to drive.
Maybe. Okay, so that lower rear bar is 36 inches, so I just needed to mark 38 on this, and then I just need to get the chop saw to match that angle on that end over here, and we'll be all set.